Hello everybody and welcome back to an Idiot's Road to Glory, where we are starting it off in a very weird spot because I'm starting at the end of a game that we've just lost in Silver 3. So this is the other day now. And the reason I'm starting here simply is, as you can see my record there, I'm at 8-3, which is pretty good if I do say so myself. I was 8-2 before that game and I definitely could have won it, but we got a little bit unlucky. It doesn't really matter. What I am actually showing you this clip for is to show you that even though that was my 11th game, I've finally been credited with 10 games of the Black Friday weekly objectives where you get a free pack. And I'm going to show you guys what we got in a pack because it was a pretty bloody good pack. And it also gives me, while I'm fixing up my team and doing some little player instructions and stuff like that, it gives me a chance to chat to you guys a little bit about what this video is going to be about. And I'm kind of going to do it in two parts. And you're going to have to bear with me and take the first part with a pinch of salt, basically. So what I did, I'll just spoil it. Well, I won't spoil it, but because it's not what the video is about, but I'll spoil the results of the games you guys are about to see. There's some absolutely ridiculous stuff, which is why this video ended up started to be made. And then while I was editing it, it changed what the video was going to be about. This video started off with me going on into FUT Champs after this, miles after this pack, like days after this pack. This pack's actually really good. I got an English right back, Man City. At this point, I am absolutely buzzing about packing Kyle Walker. I do end up dilly-dallying for a good few minutes, maybe not quite a few minutes, but at least a minute just on the Kyle Walker screen because I was proper excited. Kyle Walker on my road to glory. Pretty sure he's worth a fortune. Go on FUTBin. Check his price. Oh my god, he's 30k. Go on Skype and tell my mates I've just got 30k towards my road to glory. I can pick up, I don't know what I was going to do with the coins. It's just some coins to trade with or do whatever with. And I was just well excited for the fact that I'd packed Kyle Walker in a free pack and then he was untradeable. So yeah, that's what I wanted to show you guys at the start of this video. But we're now going to jump in to a picture of my record on FUT Champs. So I am currently I was 8-2 before that game. I am currently, at this point, 23 wins with 10 games to go. So we are 23-7. So you kept up basically the same ratio of wins to losses. About 3 wins, lost, 3 wins, lost, 3 wins, lost. It's pretty good. It's very good, actually. It's what I was doing last week at the end of Sunday, but we've been doing it all week this week. So pretty bloody good. And in a very, very good position to push on. We need 2 wins for Gold 1. I mean, if I can't win 2 games out of 10, I don't deserve Gold 1. I don't even deserve to play FUT Champs if I can't win 2 games out of 10 on a Sunday evening. And we are 6 wins away from Elite 3 for the first time. So you guys, if you watched last week, will know that in the 10 games on a Sunday that I record for the video, I went 7-3 and could easily have gone 9-1 on a different day. There was one guy who was absolutely mental at FIFA and fair play. He was always going to beat me. But there was a couple of games, and one in particular I definitely could have won. So 7-3, could have been 8-2, could have been 9-1, could have been 6-4. Doesn't matter. I still would have got elite at this point. So I was very, very confident of it. And now this is the part we've got to take with a pinch of salt because I made this video or chopped down this footage. I even chopped it down in anger to the point where I've had a quick scroll through it and I've missed clips out and stuff like that of goals. And I was just so annoyed at this game. After losing 3 games in a row, basically. So I'm going to do this as if it was angry me. But at the end, we've got a very, very different conclusion to this game, which hopefully will make you guys better FIFA players and also pertains to the whole fix FIFA movement that is going on at the moment and how it's a very good thing, but you need to be careful how you use it and what you use it for and how you go about it and stuff like that. So what we're now going to do is, even though I have now calmed down, I've watched this footage back while I was editing it, the more I edit it, the more I realise that it's not really EA's fault, it's my fault. For example, there, it kind of was EA's fault, and okay, we're going to jump into Angry Andy, or pretend Angry Andy, as if I am annoyed at this game because I just lost 3 games in a row and it's all EA's fault. So that Kovacic goal then, I only shot because of the stupid button lag. What I could have done is took a touch, turn around and power driven shot at it underneath the goalie, but I had to just spam B because the game's broken and it's button lag and I wanted to make sure he actually shoots. And look at that pass, it shouldn't have gone there. Oh, what's this game doing? I've given the ball away. He's played it into Martial. He's given it to Rui Costa and he's bashed in the back of the net. How is that my fault? I didn't pass that pass. This is Angry Auntie. So I was absolutely fuming and I was actually thinking this stuff. All of that stuff is, yeah, the game was lagging and we will come to that at the end. But it's kind of my fault at the same time. But we're gonna go back to Angry Auntie anyway. For some reason, it's still 0-0 because Angry Andy can't edit and has missed clips out. And I'm pretty sure this is an absolutely pointless clip of Mounier just tackling someone and me kicking the ball away into midfield. And yeah, we've jumped to something else and it's now 2-0. Well played, Angry Andy. You literally can't even edit. Oh, I'm so annoyed at this game, I can't even edit. There's Angry Andy. But we do actually manage to pull a goal back in this game. But this is literally, apart from that Kovacic chance, which I definitely should have scored, this is the only chance I worked in the whole game. And it wasn't even a chance. It's a worldie from Vass. Oh, I can't even, the game's so bad. The button lag is so bad. I can't even play. I can't even pass properly. I can't even dribble. And I've got to score streamers and then lose 2-1 and forget to leave the clip in of me losing the game. And then just jump and grab a pack. And I was going to record the packs for a video and do it live. But I'm so annoyed. I just want to open a pack and get something good to cheer me up. This is literally what I was like. And I was properly annoyed. And then we got a terrible pack. I think we got Mignolet. I was genuinely properly fuming. Like, that guy, to be fair to me, was alright at FIFA. Like, he was pretty good. He had a sick team. He's either really good at FIFA and grinded it out, or he's paid some money to get his team. It doesn't really matter. His team wasn't mental. He didn't have Hullet. He didn't have Ronaldo. He didn't have other Ronaldo. He didn't have Pele. He didn't have icons. He had a pretty solid team. But we definitely could have beat him if we'd have played properly. And we definitely could have beat him if it wasn't lagging. Now, the reason for that lag is, well, everyone loves to blame the EA servers and button lag. And yet, the EA servers are bad. And I know pro players have missed out on qualification by like a game because they've been DC'd, and is a very, very real problem. And that is something that can be used for fix FIFA in the right way, is that we want better servers. This is an esport. It shouldn't come down to who's closer to the server. But anyway, back to Angry Andy, because if I'd been nice throughout this video, the end thing isn't going to make any sense. So we're back to being angry. Oh, look at this ridiculous team we're coming up against. Oh, 4-3-2-1 with Dybala. Canberry's going to pause the game and change formation. Oh, look, of course he did. Oh, this stupid game. Chemistry's pointless. I wasn't like that because the chemistry thing doesn't really bother me. And actually, people pausing it gives me a chance to switch Vass and Vieira around so that I can have them in their proper positions, because I got to play Vieira next to Jordi Alba for full chemistry. But again, we started off alright again, to be honest. It was a little bit delayed. We did score, but we were slightly offside. And then this guy had a couple of chances, but couldn't quite get them on target with Suarez. He was kind of battering me, and I couldn't get the ball out of my own box. And like, oh, I've made that. Jordi Alba, button delay. Oh, the pass won't go in. What's he doing kicking it over there? He gets a throw in, and we carry on defending. Alexandro, we're jockeying. We pull across to Matuidi. We're jockeying him again. We're jockeying him in. We read the pass. We intercept it. Oh, we passed it, but we've lost the ball. This game's so stupid. And then we're jumping back into 9-goal to try and tackle him. Oh, we tackled him again. Oh, but we can't pass. This game's so stupid. They're definitely pointed at my man. And we can't tackle. And oh, this game's ridiculous. How's he even got to the point of that shot? This is genuinely what I was thinking. And I was getting annoyed and getting even worse at playing. And then I put this one in because I was fuming. And to be fair, that is kind of, even watching it now, kind of justified. Bakambu was about to spin his man and go for a goal, and he blew the bloody whistle. And this one, Griezmann running that way wasn't actually because I dribbled that way. That was me aiming the shot, but it hadn't registered that I'd pressed shoot yet, or there was a little bit of a delay in me doing it, but it was spread out by the lag or something. I don't really know. I don't do computers, but I didn't try to dribble that way. I tried to dribble this way and then shoot that way. Didn't work. He didn't have the ball, and Suarez scored, and I couldn't control my defenders properly, and I was properly fuming, and my defending is awful because I couldn't change man. And then I got very, very lucky and actually scored a goal myself because of the button lag, and it kind of made me more annoyed, if I'm being honest with you. I got lucky. He's doing a bad bit of attacking. I was defending alright. I don't know how that pass went to someone. This pass here is absolutely tragic. I don't even know what I'm aiming for at this point. But we got it back. Comes to Vieira. I told him to shoot first time, and he didn't because of the lag. And he took a couple of touches into the box and just sweeped it into the top corner. So I basically scored because of button lag, is what I'm saying, because he probably would have missed the first time shot. But this guy comes back at me. I'm tracking the run. I think I've subbed on 9-goal in at this point. Go in, I tackle him with David Luiz, and he auto clears it away, which is valid. So annoying, but whatever. We're not going to get into that. The auto stuff and auto switching and all stuff is one of the actual things for fixed FIFA that does annoy me. We won't get into that. Terrible pass from Griezmann. Dybala on the break. Weird little bit of dribbling, but actually quite effective. Suarez with a chip through ball to lone prime Henry that he subbed on, and then he finishes it in the bottom corner. And again, that is another thing that we could get on. Loans in FUT Champs, agree with them, disagree with them. Either way, does my bloody head in that I can't afford to get Henry and everyone else can and I'm getting smashed by him, but then that's probably just a jealous thing. And then, look at this, again, we score an absolutely ridiculous goal. 2-2 from that. If anything, it was only making me more angry at how stupid this game was, which is silly because at this point, what you got to think is that guy is fuming. And this is me doing my stupid corner technique. He's fuming because he just conceded. All I've got to do is be calm and use his fume to my advantage, but it was making me more annoyed myself at how ridiculous this game actually is. I've just done my corner thing. I've given him the ball back. I'm trying to mark the short, so he has to hoof it and I can win the header because it's a very good way to score. But he managed to get it to Alexandro. He then trips up Thiago Silva with Dybala as he's running past. Decent bit of dribbling, but I was reading him quite well and I tackled him. And then that happened. And I haven't left it in, but I literally launched my controller at the wall over there. I was so mad. Absolutely raging. And that is something that you could argue, like, be fixed FIFA. That is ridiculous. And then we went into game number 3 against, again, well, he's got Overmars right wing, even though he's left wing. He's got Neymar, he's got Gabriel Jesus. He didn't actually pause to change his team, which I was quite surprised about. But I am showing you the start of the game for another reason, for something that's just absolutely hilarious. And only, first of all, how awful is that passing from David Luiz to start off with? That is terrible by me. Don't know why I wasn't going for kickoff goal. I think I was, at this point, I was so annoyed by the fact that I couldn't win, I couldn't pass, I couldn't dribble, I couldn't do anything, basically. I was playing awful, that I was trying so hard to play simple passes. I was just messing them up. It was so bad by it, but the camera changed to this while we were still playing. I'm still playing the game at this point. This is my camera angle in the game. I assume it changed for this guy as well, because he's cued the pause. How stupid is this game? No, this is a very valid fix FIFA. This is something, like, we're going to go off topic already, and I've already spoiled that. I've lost, and I've kind of done my little act of pretending to be annoyed Andy. But I'm just going to let the rest of this game run through for you guys once eventually the ball does go out of play and the camera resets. And just move on to what I have actually learned. So here we go, the ball's gone out, and when we come back in, the game is going to be back to normal. So you can see the camera's back to normal and we're carrying on with the game, and we're going to jump in and see this guy's first goal. Now, something that is very important to this video is the fact that I was going to make essentially a rage video about the EA servers, about all of the other stuff, or a lot of the other stuff. Like, for example, that goalkeeping error, that's a pretty nicely read goal from him. He didn't finish it off and he got a lucky rebound. You can argue as much as you want that that shouldn't happen and that my defenders should have cleared the ball, and that's a very valid argument, but arguing that constantly and fuming at EA and stuff like that isn't really going to change that. Here you can see as well, we've 1-0 at half time. So I go and sub on my lone Cristiano Ronaldo. So shout out to whoever sent me that to try and rescue this game. But essentially, what I have learned from watching all of this footage back and being quite introspective, I suppose is the word. And it was coming to me as I was editing it, but I was still kind of annoyed because a lot of the goals that I conceded, like here, I could have defended this so much better. It is unreal. That is just a terrible pass. What am I even doing? That is terrible attempt to tackle him. I'm not tracking runs properly. I'm controlling Thiago Silva, who's just running around like a clown in the box. And he scores a deflected goal that he probably shouldn't have been able to score because I probably should have been marking Rui Costa. Now, that is my fault. But I was still annoyed because the game was so laggy. And I felt like if it wasn't lagging, I could have played so much better. So whilst I wasn't playing particularly amazing myself, and the more I edited this video, the more I realised I wasn't. At the same time, I was still fuming because of the EA servers. And we ended up, even though we got a goal back with Ronaldo, losing that game, and we've now lost 3 in a row, and we're 23-10. We've only 7 games to go and need to win 6 of them to go into Elite. So this is where the chat is going to come in. And like I said, Fix FIFA is a big movement at the moment, and there's a lot of people who think a lot of different things, and also a lot of people who think that what they think is the only right thing, and that FIFA revolves around one community of people, even though there's millions of people who play it across the world. There's a YouTuber community, there's a Reddit community, there's a casual community, there's a child, there's adults, there's teens, there's so many different people who play FIFA. And what you've got to understand is that just because you're involved and want this movement to happen, everyone isn't on board with it. Everyone doesn't even know about it. And like I've seen posts on Reddit of people getting really annoyed because the promo pack sold, as if all 100 million people or whatever who play FIFA were suddenly not going to buy packs. It's just really unrealistic, and then that's generated more annoyance and more people just fuming at EA for nothing, basically, which totally hampers what people who believe in this fixed FIFA and are going about it maturely is probably the word, are trying to do. Because what you've got to realise is that a lot of this stuff that annoys you in FIFA is only annoying you at that moment. And like me, I was so mad at all of that stuff, but I appreciate a lot of people don't have an Elgato, can't record their gameplay and go back and watch it and be like, wow, that was actually my fault. But trust me, a lot of it is your own fault. There is some stupid stuff in this game. For example, that Courtois tackling David Luiz, and I was pressing clear from David Luiz, but the button lag wasn't letting me, and all stuff like that. That is annoying, but realistically, that isn't going to get fixed this FIFA. They might fix it, they might tweak goalkeepers or something like that, and I'm sure that EA, they don't want goalkeepers to be bad. They don't want to make a bad game. No company, no matter who they are, no matter whether you voted them worst company in the world, no matter if they only want to sell FIFA points, or if they are the greatest company since, I don't even know. If they're the best company in the world, if they are only for making a great game and consumers, and they don't even care about profit or anything like that, no matter what company you are, you just want to make a good game. And I can absolutely guarantee you, even though I've never spoken to an EA developer, I've never been to EA HQ, I've never done anything like that, I can guarantee you they don't want goalkeepers to do that. Why would they? All it does is impact negatively on the game. Like, when I go to events and they've got an early version of FIFA there, you're not allowed to record it in case there's bugs in the game and stuff like that, because it reflects negatively on them. Of course they don't want that stuff in the game. They're trying to take it out. So endlessly raging about stuff like that, whilst occasionally drawing attention to it and being like, if you could get an actual bit of evidence and be like, whenever a player is got his back to the goal and about to clear the ball, a goalkeeper will come from, stuff like that, where you can literally pin down how it's repeatable, how it happens, and what you can do to fix it. That's good. But endlessly, like, I even did it myself. I tweeted out the video, like, how is this an esport when that's happening? It's just pointless. It doesn't do anything. Like, I did it myself, and looking back now, it's stupid. It doesn't help anyone. And even worse is the fact that for the whole time I was fuming about this game and fuming about the button lag, and yet there's some other stupid stuff that's happened, but you can adapt to the other stupid stuff and the better player will come out on top 99% of the time. The thing that was properly doing my head in was button lag, and I was raging about the EA servers, and it was my own ping. I've got 140 download megabytes per second or megabits per second and 130 ping basically, instead of, I think my ping is usually 14. So that is 8 times. When I pressed pass, it took 8 times longer for the game to realise that I pressed pass and actually passed the ball. And I thought it was the EA servers, and I was absolutely fuming. And yet there is button delay on the EA servers. We all know there is. And yet people get disconnected. Now they are very, very valid things to take to EA and be like, I've been disconnected from this game. My internet is, whilst it might have 120 ping, is absolutely fine. Please sort it out. Give them a case ID. Tell them what game it was. And I'm sure they'll look into it and try and address it. And that is a very good thing to do. But people fuming about the fact that people bought special packs, people fuming about stupid little bugs in the game, that camera thing is very annoying. And I could go mental at EA and just go crazy, and I'm sure people would send them all sorts of abuse. Or I could just take a picture of it and send it to them and be like, this happened in my game, can you please fix it? Or realistically, I could just ignore it and just get on with the game, because it doesn't actually matter that much. And if they know about it, they'll fix it. If they don't know about it, yeah, I probably could have let them know and told them. End of the day, I played, how many games of FIFA have I played? I played 400 games of FIFA and it's happened to me once. Doesn't really matter, does it? So this is kind of turned into a waffle at the end, but what I'm basically getting at is, if you are a part of the fixed FIFA thing, it is very good, and I do still very much believe in it. I do think we need better servers for FUT Champs. I do think that the skill gap needs to be increased because of the fact that pro players are losing games to Gold 2 players, the fact that they're playing against Gold 2 players in the first place is stupid, the fact that a better player doesn't always win because of just ridiculous AI controlled things. Not ridiculous, just AI controlled things in the game, and it's a lot of luck and RNG. There's loads of things that are very valid to me. I'm sure there's loads of things that are very valid to you as well, and it's absolutely fine to express them properly. But don't just tweet abuse at EA, and don't fume about ridiculous stuff that doesn't really actually matter, because it just detracts away from the actual stuff that could genuinely improve this game, like better matchmaking, a ladder system next year. I'm sure everyone agrees that would be so much better, where your rank doesn't reset each week and you climb up the ranks and you play 40 games each week. And if you're in Elite 3, you start in Elite 3 next week, and your 40 games are trying to maintain Elite by playing against Gold 1s, Gold and Elite 2s, and other Elite 3s, and you stay above. Like, no one can realistically look at that and say, oh, that's a terrible idea, I want to start from the bottom and get smashed by pros. No, you don't. You want the pros to be playing against each other, and if you get 50-50 wins, they stay us up at the top in top 100. There is stuff like that where it is genuinely you can just fix FIFA and improve it, but there is also stuff where obviously they're going to fix it, but it's probably going to be in FIFA 19 at this rate, because it's a yearly cycle and the games come out once a year, and they're not going to take away resources from developing FIFA 19 to fix the fact that 1 in 400 games my camera accidentally changes until the ball goes out. Does it really matter? Probably not. I tweeted it out because it's funny, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make a blind bit of difference. And if I'm endlessly fuming and tweeting that at EA, just see what I mean? That's what I'm trying to get at, is go about it properly, but at the end of the day, not everything that is wrong with this game is EA's fault. And if you've got the opportunity like me to look back at it, you will realise that A, you could have done it better, and B, it's probably just your own internet. So yeah, that is my FUT Champs kind of rant or discussion, where I lost 3 games in a row. I was absolutely raging, but looking back at it, probably 99% of it is my own fault. And I think a lot of people could learn from the fact that I could learn from that. And there's so many people who always tell me how stupid this game is, and there is stuff that's wrong with this game. But at the end of the day, pro players still go 40 out of 40, so you definitely can just be better at the game, as I am hopefully trying to be. And you can definitely just get better internet yourself, or I hope you can. Some people don't have the best internet available to them. But you can just wait, like I'm going to till like 10 o'clock tonight to play my final 7 games, and hopefully my ping's gone down. So yeah, that is where we're going to leave it. A very weird video in the Idiots Road to Glory, but I just wanted to show you what was going on with my FUT Champs, what my mentality was at, and hopefully you guys can learn something from this too. If you are having a bad time on FUT Champs, don't just blame the game. Think about how it could possibly be your fault instead, and try and fix that. For me, it was getting annoyed, blaming button lag, but playing bad in spite of button lag, because it was on my mind rather than actually because of the button lag. And also, it wasn't button lag, it was my own ping. So yeah, that's where we're going to leave this video. 22 minutes of me kind of just chatting over the top of 3 games, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed my ridiculous impressions of Angry Andy. But there we go. That is what I was like, and then this is what I'm now like, where in retrospect, introspectively, I think that's the word, where you look back into yourself and how you could have done better and stuff. Yeah, I probably could have won them games if I was just better at FIFA. And if I had better intent, I probably would have won them anyway, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. Like, some of them guys, one of them guys is pretty good at FIFA. The other 2, sounds really mean. The gamer tags are probably in this video. If you see it, I'm really sorry. You guys are decent at FIFA, but I feel like I probably should have beat you. But I didn't, because of my own internet. So there we go. That was it. It wasn't EA. It wasn't button lag. It wasn't stupid stuff in this game, even though there was, but there was an equal amount of it to both players, so it balances out. It's just my bad internet and me playing bad at FIFA. So yeah, that is it. We're going to leave it. I'm going to try and use that information to win 6 of the last 7 and get myself into Elite. I think we need 5 wins to get Elite 2 monthly, so I'm going to go and do that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.